Hi, I'm Jill.
And I'm Gianna.
And welcome to the We Watch It All podcast,
where we watch it all and give you our opinions.
AKA the opinions no one ever asked for. Season 14? Yeah?
Yeah.
Episode 2. Oh, Christmas tree?
I'm not really sure.
Yeah, there's no tree.
It's not even know Christmas if they mentioned time. Christmas.
No, it's fall.
I think because they just said it was October in the last episode.
Yeah, they were talking about Thanksgiving-ish because they said something about maybe November. It's like Are you yawning?
Are you?
Oh, God, help us. Off to a great start. Here we go. So they're doing Hamptons in the fall, basically, is what this episode is all about.
Yeah, it's just like a weekend in the Hamptons. Which I feel like, how are they not going to go to the Hamptons since that was such a big part
of Real Housewives? Yeah. But here's the thing. I'm not opposed to this because we do the shore in the winter as well. And I'm sorry. There's something about it when there's nobody else down there. So I don't know if it's like that for the Hamptons, but I mean, it seemed like stuff was still open because it is still,
There's no like the shore is the beach. Like that's what you're going down to the Jersey Shore mostly for, is for the beach. But it's nice to just like, like people close their stores because no one's going to, like you can't, the beach.
Well,
that's a main attraction, but I don't think that's because they were talking about like horseback riding and
I guess they still have some stuff like in the fall for there, but like the shore is a different story. They don't have like stuff like that, like the rides and stuff for like closed that are on boardwalks and things. But
it's like a ghost town.
But again, like we said, these girls are kind of on the richer side. We feel for sure. I mean, Erin has a house in the Hamptons, and she invites all the girls to come, and the only one that doesn't come is Bryn,
which
we're not really sure what's wrong with her.
She's sick or something.
I don't know. She's getting a steroid shot. Not really sure.
But how
is it for your back? Is it for your... Why?
That the one that I'm like campaigning to potentially do, my favorite housewife already is missing the first girls trip. Are you serious?
Well, don't worry. She looks like she's coming back with a
bang.
She's
got to make up lost time here. I can feel that. She's that kind of like, I got to make up for lost time. I think she's going to be in every little thing. So I don't think you have to worry about it. No, I know, but I'm just saying, like, oh my God, really? How?
But
what are the odds?
I think Erin said the girls were coming for like 3 days.
3 days, yeah.
So
it's probably like a Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Yeah, so that's 3 days. Even if you had an outfit for breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
We're going on the luggage here?
I mean, it's what, 9 outfits? Wait, 3 times 3.
Don't ask me.
Wait, 3 outfits for 3 days.
Well, they got there at
9
lunch,
outfits.
though.
So let's say it was 9 outfits, and let's say you threw a couple more in. I just don't think that you needed the amount of luggage that came with these girls to this location, because
I've never seen this much luggage from any Real Housewives franchise that I've watched for a weekend trip.
I mean, it did come from the girl that is a content creator. However, so far I haven't seen her take much photos.
Outfit photos. She took photos of food.
Yeah, like I could see if she was going to say like, oh, while I'm down there, do you mind if I do a little like quick photo shoot or something? But even then, like
maybe she will. I don't know.
I mean, she claimed like she was going to wear everything.
But
the best part was that she asked the guy that was driving the car, would he help her with the bags? And she had the audacity to say, I don't have a lot. And then she ended up having 8 bags.
She gives him one, she goes and gets another one.
Yeah,
literally, that's what she was doing. She would give him one, go put it back, come get another one. There was like the bags of just like full made out.
Yeah,
clothes.
The garment bags. Oba said she's packed to do Instagram pictures for the next 6 months, and I honestly believe she could. I mean, but why would you want it in the same location? So,
well, I don't know. I guess maybe she's thinking. But like, here's the thing: if you're gonna go horseback riding, right? Essentially, you could take one outfit.
No, I mean, don't get me wrong.
And change outfits, but where are you going to really want to, like, change outfits? Like, you know what I mean? Like, I guess outside this girl's house you could.
Yeah, no, I mean, I do think, like, there's certain times where she could probably have done something, but I don't...
Maybe not tonight because it's the first,
I don't know. I just think it's like, what the hell's going on? And so Erin decides to do a whole spread of caviar, which... I mean, would be nice for other people.
If Kathy Hilton was coming.
Yeah.
That was the first thing. I was like, she thought Kathy Hilton.
Or Sonia and Luann and Ramona, the people that actually, like, eat caviar. Like, these girls don't seem... I don't know why, because you would think they would, but they did not seem... Even, they were, like, a little snooty with it, because apparently it's, like, a big thing to put, like, it on Pringles and something else. I think it was, like, a cream that they had.
I think that would be a lot, because isn't caviar supposed to be salty?
I thought so, too.
I thought, like, that would be, like...
I don't know how that worked out, unless they got the unsalted ones or something, which there's never a reason to buy an unsalted Pringle.
Then just put it on, like, a cracker at that point. Like, then then there's no point.
It could be the texture of the Pringle, but I mean, they were trying to make a nice spread, and she was trying to do something nice.
Yeah.
And
because of the cheese thing.
Yeah. Well, and it was apparently it was 4:00, so she didn't think that she should be feeding them in that respect because they're going to dinner at 7.
It's more like an appetizer.
Yeah, I think she could have had. Well, she did have some other vegetables and stuff, but I think she could have had some plain. The conversation that went on in the car. I gotta be honest. This whole episode was a little like weird and wonky to me because, like, I thought they were all good friends, but they do pick on each other quite a lot or pick at things a lot.
Yeah.
Because the whole conversation in the car was like, who are they picking on? They all seem to pick on Erin quite a lot for some reason. I don't know why. Yeah. But they were picking on her house, which I don't think any of them had even seen at this point. They were talking about food. They called right away to ask about what kind of food they have, and she started saying that she had the caviar, and I don't know, the one girl was acting like she needed to stop at Provisions, which is apparently the
spot.
Yeah, the ShopRite of the rich world. Or food, Publix, whatever you want to call your place, but apparently it's like the food store of Hamptons.
But when she inevitably goes there, it looked more like I don't even know what I would call it. It's not like a real grocery store. It's like a small business grocery store, I guess you could say. I don't know how to explain it because it looked like she was like going to like the window she was looking in looked like a kitchen or like a.
It was very specific. I think.
Yeah, like I think it had.
I think it had like high end stuff. I don't really know, to be honest. But Uba starts also talking about how she would prefer to stay in a hotel because it doesn't have anything to do with her house. But she just said she likes to stay in a hotel because she likes her like private time, that if she stayed in the house.
Yeah, kind of like Diana from Beverly Hills.
Yeah, like she said, if she stays in the house, she would be worried about what other people are doing. Are they sleeping? Are they this? Are they that? And she said she wouldn't get her like true rest, which I think is so bizarre because like, what do you mean? Like, just go to sleep. So why would you worry about another grown adult?
Yeah, I didn't get the worry part. I thought she was gonna say more like she felt like, oh, they're making too much noise.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
That's what I thought, but I don't know.
Because she made a comment about, I think, like, Sai she used as her example.
Yeah, like I'd be wondering, is Sai
well? Is she sleeping well? Is she cold? Is she this? Like, why would you do that? Like, that's so weird. I don't know. I thought it was weird to me anyway. But then she said it's not about the house or the person. It's just about like her personally and like her personal preference. And I guess she's staying at the house. It seemed like it.
Yeah, no, she is staying.
They pan to Sai, who's just as bad, who brings her own toilet paper.
That's like rich to like complain about ply of toilet paper.
I mean, yeah.
Listen, I get if you go to your local Target, your food store, wherever you're going, you gotta go piss in a public bathroom. That is bad toilet paper. I've never been to somebody's house where they've had that bad of toilet paper.
No, not really. Because usually if you're going to have bad toilet paper, you're going to put out the good stuff at least when people come.
But here's my thing. She brought Charmin.
Charmin,
like, I don't know.
Charmin is considered the softest two-ply, but
it's the ad, but I was expecting some brand I've never heard of. And like
Charmin's some pretty much,
fancy wrapping or something. I was not expecting her to go, I brought Charmin. I don't know. That's just not the brand I don't know. Because I feel like, I don't know. I feel like I was really expecting like some kind of like fancy brand that I've never heard of. And she's like, Charmin's here.
They just had Charmin. They're all showing their little quirks, I guess. They all have it. And she basically said, worked her way up, and there's no way she's not going to have like the creature comforts that she wants, I guess, basically.
Yeah.
So that's where she came with her own toilet paper, and there you have it. They, of course, called her from the road, like I said, and told her they were stopping at the store. I don't know what happened that they didn't. I think they were very late in getting there.
Yeah, no, she said they were in like 3 hours.
Oh, an hour? I don't know. Maybe I'm making that up.
They were definitely at least an hour late.
Yeah, it could be an hour. So Gianna is the first to arrive. I really like Gianna. I know you like Brynn. I mean, she is kooky.
Oh, no. I like her too.
Because I think she's just
You know why I think you like her? Heather Dubrow. She reminds me of like a Heather Dubrow-ish.
A little bit. Yeah, she's a little Heather Dubrow-ish.
We get your style of housewife. I think we all get mine. I like the Sonias. I like the Brynn. I like the kooky ones.
Bethany too, yeah.
You know what I mean? That's what you like. I like Tamara. I like Shannon. I liked Lisa Rinna before. Like, no, I do. But those, I love a kooky housewife.
Yeah, I just think they're quirky. I like the ones that you can't.
Like even on Atlanta, like I like Phaedra. I like Portia. Like I love a kooky one.
I do like Phaedra though. So she's the first to arrive. She pulls up in this like vintage. I think that was a Mercedes.
Yeah, I think they said Mercedes.
Yeah. She also has a house out there somewhere, smaller. Of course, she's I mean, it still looked pretty nice to me in the pictures.
No, it does. You don't need a big house.
No, but this second home. But this one has it's her and her son, I guess, and she has 3 kids, the husband, so I can understand why she has it a little bit bigger. Yeah. But Jenna tells her that she is nervous because she's never done like girls' night things like this and like overnight sleepovers or what have you, and she's not really sure what to do. I guess she worries like that people are going to judge her, or she'll,
not fit in.
Yeah, not fit in.
Because Erin did also allude to that she is the newest addition into this group.
She's more like her friend that she's bringing into this group, so she does worry about that. But the other girls, I mean, honestly, they are a little snobby and judgy because based on the car, they were a little judgy.
Like they're all like, I feel like if you were like, they all have the same money, but they're all different levels of how they treat that money. Like it's like a different kind of rich.
Like one is like Brooklyn rich, the other one is like high end, it's like there's
like fashion kind of like a rich. I'm gonna lose my mind. Sorry. Go ahead.
So Jenna brings a little gift of like olive oil and a votive candle. It's like a decorative olive oil bottle.
At first, you know what I thought it was? My gosh, what's going on? Everybody's crying. I don't know if you can hear that, but we got big fans over there of that TikTok song. So we're gonna have to take a minute until I guess the dance party's over. Copyright. All right. For now, they are done.
You say.
So I say.
I don't.
So I know.
Oh, so I know. Yeah,
Come
on. I forgot.
Wow, forgetting the one good thing Diana brought us in Beverly Hills. But we were talking about Jenna bringing the little oil bottle.
I don't think it was that little though.
Well, whatever it was. I thought it was little, but you know why? Because at first I thought it was the elusive bottle from Ultimate Girls Trip.
Because it was blue and white.
I thought it was like the little version of it. That's why I was like,
yeah, it was blue and white because I think
and
it
then
was supposed to be.
I heard her say that. And I'm like, oh my god, because I'm telling you, you will if you watch Girls Trip, you know.
No, somebody else said that too. That you see it everywhere. Yeah.
And I thought it was that. I thought it was like, oh my god,
but
is that one?
I thought that was like a really cute idea to bring to someone's house, like. These girls are very big on you don't go anywhere without bringing something to someone's house if they're having like a little thing. But I actually thought that was like a cute little thing to kind of bring, like just a little olive oil for them to cook, but a fancy one, and then like a little votive candle. I thought that was cute. She brings other stuff for the girls later that just doesn't make sense, but whatever. We'll get into that later. Yeah, because Erin says she was raised that you do not come to a house empty-handed, but Sai brings the toilet paper in, and she's like, she could have absolutely done without doing that. Like,
well, the favorite is they flash back to last week when she didn't bring anything to Jenna's house. But she said it was like,
she said there was a reason, but like she spoke about it because she knew that was something you should do. But I don't know. Sometimes I feel like these girls are coming for her a little more than normal. I don't know if she's going to be the like token. Yeah,
I think she may be like. I think she is the like point where it links everybody together, maybe. So maybe that's
she
why.
Might. I don't know. That's
the only thing I could think.
Yeah, it's kind of odd. It is the off season in the Hamptons, and as she's watching these suitcases roll in, because they did say they had a few bags, she was just like, "What?"
Well, my favorite, she's like, "I'm not gonna help," and then, but like when they're going to leave, and she like witnesses it all.
It had to be all hands on deck.
Yeah.
Because what were you gonna do? Like,
I think everybody was doing it except for Erin. Erin did not help them take the luggage out.
I would not help them either, because that's insane. You do not need all those freaking bags.
No.
And you better wear every damn outfit. One of the wives said, the husband said, Jessel said, he said, you better wear every outfit.
I might have to count.
I mean, Sai said she will. She plans on wearing.
So I'm going to see how many times she changed. I mean, I don't know how many, she could say whatever. I had 12 in there, but I actually had 15, and I only see her in 10.
Well, I mean, with 7 or 8 bags, whatever she had, I mean, you have to have some stuff.
She has to have stuff.
Yeah, you gotta have some stuff in there. Come on. I mean, there's just no way. And then the girls sit down on the couch and they're just like chitty-chatting.
You know what my favorite thing is? I will say this. Some points in my book, Sai, again, here, she came in before she started eating. She goes, I'm just gonna wash my hands before I start eating. Love that. That's points for me. Clean your hands.
Well, just in general, you were just on a trip in a car and the whole bit.
No, I know,
like,
but
freshen
you know,
up.
I mean, I don't do that. You gotta wash your hands.
Some of them do some very.
So I appreciated that, because she was the one that asked them to take the shoes off last week. So those little things that she's gonna do, that put points in my book. That will move you off that totem pole very quickly.
She clearly has issues, so I mean, I'm not opposed to it. She's telling me about the lady cleaning upstairs. I said, let her scrape the floor off. I don't care. I'm good with that.
Don't stop them from cleaning. She was cleaning so aggressively. The cats were scared. I was a little scared. I said, when is she coming through? Well, she's down here, I'll let her clean the floor here.
Yeah, anytime she wants, let her do it. So then they start kind of talking a little bit about Jenna's mom. And, well, they were talking about a couple of different things. And they were saying about how she wasn't that long ago that I guess her mom got sick and died.
I think they were talking about her house. And she said she had the house. Then when her mom got sick, she
never went back. Yeah, and then she never went back to it.
Never filled it back up.
Yeah, because she just never pulled it back together, I guess, to go back in. But she kind of, we find out that her mom has died and that her mom has, I honestly thought Jenna had Asperger's, to be honest with you, which she could, because she could inherit it. But I think it's more that her mom had Asperger's and that she was just the result of the type of person an Asperger's person is. They don't like to be touched. They don't like affection. They don't like any of that. So they don't have a lot of good social cues. So I guess if you don't
you're raised by somebody who doesn't have social cues, then you're not going to get social cues.
And you're going to pick up, and that's what she kind of says, that she's not used to a lot of things.
Yeah, she has awkward vibe to her. I don't know how to describe it.
Yeah, well, and that's what Erin said. She goes, she's not surprised to see that her mom had it, because she says she does pick up that sense from Jenna that she's, awkward and not, I don't want to say unfeeling, but she doesn't always have the appropriate responses to things, and she worries about things that are different. So it does make sense. And then, of course, they're constantly complaining about food, and it's just ridiculous. So Uba ends up leaving to go to Provisions to get this food that she has to have. There's so much so that she goes by herself. She doesn't even care. And
my question, though, is how long was from they got there an hour late? Mm-hmm. At the least, that's what we're saying is an hour, probably.
Well, she said that they were supposed to be there at 4, so that means they were there at 5. And if they're going to eat at 7, I mean, now at this point, come on. But I get it. If you were in the car that whole time, you're still hungry, regardless. Of the time you arrived. And if you're not,
that's what I was gonna say. I didn't know how long from when they arrived to when they were
Uba didn't seem to be a caviar person, so she didn't look like she was eating. I think Sai was, and the other girl, Jessel, might have. I don't know.
Yeah, no, I think everybody.
I think they did eat something, but I don't think she did.
She didn't have anything else in her cabinet.
I don't know. She could have gave her something, but I don't know.
What about the Pringles? Just the can of Pringles. Well, they also were saying Uba's a picky eater.
Oh, well, there you go.
So it could be that she may not be down for anything they had.
Yeah. And then they keep going back to Jessel and her husband, that they, since she's had kids, they haven't been together and all. And I guess Erin decides to bust out this, lingerie that she bought for everybody, which I think is...
No, Jenna brought it.
Jenna. Which I think is so weird. If I went to a girl's night...
Did she buy it, or did... I thought she said she was gifted it. I couldn't tell.
I don't know. I don't know. Regardless, whether I was gifted it or not, I don't know that that's what I would have given out at girls' night. Was
gifted it because of the way, because I was
she could have.
I thought she was gifted it to give to them. I thought it was her friend was oh, I know you're going with these girls, here, take this and this. Because here's my thing, later when they all try it on, Jessel's reaction is so aggressive that I'm I don't feel she would have been that aggressive and upset.
No, but that's what they're saying.
No,
but that's what they're saying.
But, either way, no, it is.
That's what they're saying, is that she's upset because of the way she reacted. But the thing is, regardless, even if I was gifted it, I don't know that I would have given it out as gifts like that. I might have brought it and said, "Hey guys, I got gifted this stuff. Why don't you guys see if there's anything you guys would want to pick through, or pick or whatever," and then let them pick it, because.
But I don't think it was. I think she bought one for each person. I don't think there was
No, I know, but no, but that's what I'm saying. She had one for each person, so you just leave it there and say.
Maybe originally, before they were coming up with this, she just intended just to give it to them, how Erin had put pajamas on the bed for everybody. Maybe she just intended to give it to them.
Maybe, yeah.
Just that, but now, because of everything, they made it into more than it was supposed to be.
It was just weird, and then she goes into this whole thing that apparently she has some kind of skin disease, and it's.
I saw it online. It's her body's scarred, and something happened to her teeth that I believe she also has dentures in. I think
it's a tough call with all these people.
I'm sure they're probably gonna make her get into it more or something, but that was just a little bit that they did talk about it, that she's scarring on her arm, and I think then they get distracted because Uba calls it the place is closed.
Yeah, and the thing is, they never really say if she gets her food.
I don't think she did.
I guess she comes back, they all get dressed, and they're going to go to the Topping Rose.
Well, yeah, probably by the time she got there, came back, it was probably ready to go.
Yeah, they were probably ready to. I mean, it did seem like that.
But I guess her intention, though, was to get food for
throughout
the weekend.
Yeah, I think that was. She was supposed to be getting stuff for her to have, and said
it wasn't a one one-time meal.
I think the Topping Rose is a place that Ramona and the girls went. Ramona took them, I think, one time. I've heard
that place before.
No, I think she did, because I remember thinking that's a weird name, and I think she took them there.
Or was it Luann? Remember that time Luann did something? I feel like she mentioned her mother somewhere, and they were on like.
Yes, that's the thing I'm talking about.
Yeah. That was Luann who did that.
I think so. I don't know. One of them. I just remember Ramona was there for sure. Then the most interesting thing happens, and they get to the restaurant, and as they're going to sit down, like Uba gets all like crazy and starts like moving about the table. Like I thought something like fell or something. I don't know what happened.
Did I miss this?
No, she was walking with the compass to try to find the
I was looking down for a second, and
like
I saw
where
her
she was
talk
facing
about
north. That's what she was talking about.
I didn't know what the hell she was doing.
She wanted to sit so that she was facing north, because she said when you're sitting facing north, you can be your true self. So now everywhere I go, I'm gonna have to sit north so I can be my true self.
Well, I guess it's
maybe
like,
that's why sometimes I
north.
can't.
Well, what way
that's
are
what
you
she
sitting?
said. I don't know, but perhaps
Should I bring up a compass?
Perhaps part of my problem is like when I go to these meals, I'm not sitting north and facing north.
We're not 100% north. We're northwest.
Well, turn it and see which way would be totally north. Oh,
I'm facing north.
Yeah, there you go.
You hold it. See if you're facing north.
No, I know I'm not.
Oh my god.
I have to turn that way to face north.
She's being fake. She's being fake and phony.
Oh well.
So I'm being true here,
You're
guys.
You're being your true self, according to Uba. So then they go into a little bit more of like her kookiness, Uba, and she discusses that she doesn't drink, she doesn't smoke, neither does Gianna as well, but she says something like if she did, she does it for a different reason, because
Which one?
Uba, she does it because she feels like she'd be like off the chains crazy.
Well, I mean,
Gianna does it just because she doesn't like to be out of control. That's my whole thing too. I like to stay in control.
Yeah, but I mean, I will have to agree with Uba that I could, later on in the episode, I do see why, maybe
they address it that like Erin says, I don't know what I would do if she drank, because we wouldn't be able to control her at all. So then as they're waiting for the food to come out, they're going to discuss what they're going to do tomorrow. And again, like this is why I wouldn't host anything like this, because
negative.
What? Me?
No, them.
No, I'm like, well, no, everything is like, has to be something specific. When you go to someone's house, you kind of got to go with the flow.
Yeah.
I mean, it would be nice if, yes, they can have whatever you're looking for or to the best of your ability.
But this is why, like, when they would go to Dorinda's house, Dorinda had, like, you could get a massage, you could get up and work out, you could get up and do this in the morning. Like, she had multiple options.
Yeah, but that was also, like...
No, I know, but I wonder if that's why a lot of housewives, when they do have people, like, stay somewhere, they set up multiple things to happen at the same time.
You
so that
you could.
You don't have to listen to anybody. There's 3 options.
So I guess she could, but she basically was saying that, like, her trainer's going to come to work out with them, which I guess they all work out, so I guess she was, like, kind of
assume that
okay with that.
Okay.
But then they're discussing whether or not they should have breakfast beforehand because they could get sick, and then Gianna starts talking about her special dreamy coffee, I think she called it. I don't know.
Yeah, they start talking about coffee, which during that scene where they're talking about the coffee you missed, or you're saying you didn't miss it, but you're saying you don't see it. There's a scene. We've talked about this before. There's a scene to us which has Melissa Gorga turn around, and you can tell they made her turn around to look, and guess what? They did it here too. I know you say it's hard to notice, but
no, I see it now.
Are you lying?
No.
Okay, but
it's very faint though, not as good as Melissa's.
It's not as noticeable as Melissa's, but I watched at our first playthrough. I saw and I go, what was that? And I go, we have to go back, and I rewatched it 5 times, and they played her in reverse so that she makes it look like she's looking at Sai from Gianna, when reality she was looking at Sai and turning to Gianna. You got to look at the hair, because that's how you know. But yeah, just
the hair goes
that. I love
backwards
catching
instead
those
of
things.
forwards. So somehow they get into the conversation. I'm not really sure how they get onto Gianna and the conversation of like her being gay.
I think they were talking about Jessel and her husband.
And they were back on Jessel and her husband again. I mean,
this is going to be the topic for her.
Well, they're beating it into the ground, and it's not a storyline that you keep feeling like you want to hear about. But so they kind of go around the table and like are starting to talk about like who they're with and how they met them and stuff like that. And she kind of goes into like a whole thing about how apparently she was married, had a husband. I mean, I assume so because I know she had a son, but she said that she met, like, she was with a friend or something, and the friend started talking about stuff to her, and, like, all of a sudden she kind of realized, like, this was kind of, like, what she, it resonated with her or whatever, and I guess she got, like, outed by the New York Times, she said.
Yeah.
That she was out. I couldn't understand what she was trying to... New York Post. Couldn't understand what she was trying to say. Like, she said she was out to dinner with this person, and nothing was going on, but somehow like her boss was on the phone and said New York Times has a comment. They're asking for a comment for you to deny or confirm. And she said she confirmed. It made it sound like it was like a three-way. I don't know if they called the boss and the boss said, I have them on the phone. What would you want me to say to them or something? Yeah, like they put them on hold. Which was weird. Why would you even call, I don't know, to do that? But so she said she got outed, and her brother, her mother, nobody knew. And it was all new to her. So it was like, she just didn't, it was shocking that she did that to herself. I kind of don't know when I watched her on another show, I always thought she was gay, to be honest with you.
What show?
She was on a decorating show. Oh. There was like a decorating show. I forget what it was called. Something. She had her own show where she had interns that she was putting through the paces, kind of like what Bethany did with Bethany, it. Yeah, she was like doing. Yeah, they had like chores, not chores, like challenges to do to see who would win the internship. Yeah. It was okay. I don't know if I finished it, to be honest with you. So I don't know what happened that I got like sidetracked.
She finishes a lot of shows, and then she now just found out she's two seasons behind on Love Island. So really, who knows?
Well, that I kind of knew that was going to happen. But she's also, what's funny is she's refusing to tell them who she's dating, which I understand because people, they put themselves in the public eye and that person doesn't. Yeah. But like the Housewives were like, why would you?
Make it a big deal.
Like, but you're on a show, and if she says it to you while filming, that's as good as it's out. So no, she's not going to tell you now while you're filming.
It's like sometimes it's like, you could have a little bit of awareness that the cameras are there. Like, don't be so obvious.
But you're watching a show that's on TV filmed. We all get it. So don't act like,
But you know what? Sai, I'm realizing she may have not done anything last week with the cheese and all that, but she is a pot stirrer.
Yeah, she's in there.
She's going to cause trouble with Jessel.
When you see the coming attraction,
I think she's going to push too much. And Jessel's gonna end up fighting with her. She's gonna push too much with Jenna. Like I don't want to even say pot stirrer, but she's like a pusher.
She drops little.
She's a button pusher.
Drops a little something there, and then watches it implode for sure. But
she says little things that's gonna set up a foreshadowing comment that she'll bring back up later.
Yeah, I think so.
She's got a detective notebook like Tamara too.
She could. But they go around the table. They get to Jessel, and she actually tells how she met her husband. She kind of said something in the previous episode of how she met him a little bit. But she says they were roommates. Yeah, she says they were roommates first and friends, and then she said she would give him dating advice, and I don't know if she said it was her mother actually that came and said noticed that I guess he really liked her or whatever. But she goes into this whole, which is so weird because she goes into, and I have to say, having a friend a coworker that is Indian and watching him have his grandbaby, they definitely put a lot of pressure on young Indian couples having babies. So I understand where she was talking about this whole in vitro thing, that it's just not something you should just be able to do this. So, I feel bad for her, where she, kind of hid that whole thing, it sounded from her family and all, and that's a big procedure and stuff to go through, and all those hormones, and also, I don't know how she did all that, but apparently, it's just, taboo that you need assistance, and, it's, I don't know, I felt bad for her in that respect, but...
Makes sense why she got twins.
Yeah, that's probably exactly why she got the twins, of course. And then... It's just weird because the girls all of a sudden decide they're going to go to the bathroom. But the weird thing is I thought Gianna said she had to go to the restroom first.
If you notice when they come back to the table, she leaves. I think she didn't want to leave. Who was there?
No, but I thought it was...
I think it was Erin who started.
No, I thought it was Jenna that said she had to go back. Maybe it was Erin, but...
I think she said she might have had to go too, but I think she waited
with Jessel. Yeah. Erin, Sai, and Uba go to the restroom, and then somehow Uba gets sidetracked and ends up in the kitchen.
I was looking at this. I'm not gonna lie. Thank God I wrote more than what I wrote, but my autocorrect changed Uba to Bush, and I'm like, who the hell is Bush?
Bush means I don't know.
Because I wrote Uba's definitely a good time after I saw her with that can. I'm like, who the hell was Bush? Did I black out for a second and write the wrong thing? I hate these stupid autocorrects. My Siri hates me. Let me just say that.
Somehow she went into the kitchen and on the way to the bathroom.
Well, I think she was let's meet the chefs.
I know, but they couldn't get her out of the kitchen. They're apologizing for her and everything like that. And then she sees a can of coconut.
Then she finds a pantry.
Yeah, then she finds a pantry and she sees a can of coconut milk that she claims is top-notch best and that everybody should have it, and takes it with her. And the girls are like, no, you have to put it back. You have to put it back. Nope, it goes right with them, I think, on the elevator.
It makes all sorts. Well, she's like, you see how expensive all the meals are here.
It's just like she justifies it, and they're like, no, you have to give it back because she took it for Jessel. I don't know why. What she wanted to
show her it, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, but she said, I got this for you. What does she think she's doing with coconut milk? What does she think that's gonna get her? Nowhere. I don't know.
No, she probably figured. You know what? I didn't get to go to my provisions, or whatever the hell it's called. So she said, you know what? Let me stock up now.
Yeah, no. They end up returning it at the end. She gives it to the waiter and says, and the waitress was like, none, like the why. She was like, okay, whatever.
She's probably like, is this a gift?
Yeah, where did this coconut milk?
Like, where did you get
this shimmy out of a bag? Who knows?
But I liked it because you know what? That was like kooky enough. That was like Sonia-ish, where like she's having a good time and she doesn't have to drink.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's always a good housewife. You can have a good time and you don't have to drink. Even though her thing's not like anything of like soberness, it's just like, you know, she just doesn't want to drink.
She just doesn't do it.
So I'm like, that's points. That's points in my book here. I got a little book and I'm tallying up all the points here.
Oh my gosh, more tallies. So they leave the restaurant and then unfortunately as they come home, it's like pouring rain.
Oh, I said
fortunately. No, unfortunately, it's pouring rain. You just screwed me up with that whole thing.
My bad.
And they have to, I guess, like run from the car to the house or whatever, and they are like drenched. So, you know, they're all, of course, you know, complaining. They're big complainers. They're very, I feel like in the old Housewives, there was only so many, there was not that many divas.
It was Ramona. Ramona
was not that many, but there was some that were like a little diva-ish, but not as bad. It
depended on the situation. Like, remember, like, Luann in the basement, in the basement?
Yeah.
That, like, they have their moments here and there. Like, they're picky about what they complain about, but these women are not picky.
No, and they just complain, I feel like, about almost everything. Like, it's kind just
of crazy.
Water. It's just rain. I understand some hair is not meant to be wet. I get that, but...
They're almost like what I think OC is envisioning Heather Dubrow to be.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm trying to say? Yeah. Like, I think Tamara's is, like, viewing this, like, this is what Heather looks like to them. But, they look, like, on, like, a spoiled end, way worse than Heather. Not.
So they all decide to try on the lingerie that Jenna got them, and Jessel puts on hers. And I mean, I will say it didn't look good. No. But here's the thing: when she held it up, not on her, did I think it was possibly potential? Yeah. But when she put it on, no, it wasn't. The fit wasn't good. It didn't look good on her. I get it, but I mean, it's the thought that counts when someone does something. So you don't have to be like that brutal.
You can say you don't like it.
Yeah, like she was really brutal.
She was like toting around the whole house. Like, if you want to say you don't like it, say it in your sit down and have that issue then be dealt at the reunion. But like right in front of her face like that, she just like kept. There was not a single positive comment on it. She didn't like how it fit. She didn't like how it looked.
And it didn't look good on her. I hear her.
She didn't like any of it.
Yeah, it wasn't good.
Well, the issue is always when you give someone that bad of a dress and the rest of them have like all pretty well.
Well, the other girl had like a dress too. Uba had a dress,
but it was like.
It's just kind of ends there with like Jenna stewing at the counter, listening to her just complain. Because we all know she's not going to do anything about it.
No, and the previews were entirely just Brynn joining the group now, looking.
Oh my god, and causing trouble every scene.
Good for her.
Yeah, like every scene is like her causing problems.
It's gonna be interesting. Did that sound like glass just shattered all in the hallway?
I hope not. It's a big mess.
What's gonna be interesting for me is like, I feel like Jenna's a steward, but like I wonder if it's gonna like either pop all at once here or like at the reunion. Like, will like somebody have like talk to her more, like give her like the idea of like a housewife, like how you should be, and like have her pop at like a reunion? I hope
her producer does, because clearly after watching all these Sandoval clips of them filming and people getting all these clips of them, you see how close the cameras are, you see how close the people are. They act like the producers are their good friends. So I feel like if you see your friend being like not right and you know it depends on the show, like I feel like you should say something.
Yeah, I mean she's making. See, here's the thing though, she is making comments in her sit down.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying. I'd be interested to see how she is going to be at the reunion, you know? Plus, that will be, like, significantly longer amount of time to see, you know, bonding with the women. Like, right now, she probably is not going to confront them because she is just trying to make a friendship. All right, well, that's all for this week for New York. Honestly, we said OC's kind of slow, but, like, even though these ladies weren't, like, having a slow. No, they were slow, but at least they had funny moments more than, I guess, the OC first few ones.
They repeated a lot of conversations. And within themselves. Like, that's what's worse.
Who, OC or them?
No, New Jersey, New York.
Yeah.
I could think of 3 times they had almost the same conversation. So it's like, come on, how many times are we going to have the same conversation?
I guess it's because it's the first day. They didn't really know what they were going to do. Guess. Like, hopefully once they have, like, activities and things like that, they'll pick up.
I hope.
We'll see.
But there's
It sounds like, actually, they're rebuilding the apartment. So we're going to definitely have to get out of here.
Definitely.
So every Monday we post the Real Housewives of OC. On Wednesdays we do This, New York. And on Thursdays we do Crappy Lake. Is that a guitar?
Oh, it's medley time. Let's go. Hurry. Crappy Lake. Let's go.
What the hell?
Come on.
Are you kidding me?
It's got a little reverb. Uh-oh. Let's go.
We gotta go quickly. All right, but thank you guys so much for listening
or watching.
They're playing
some outro music.
Are you kidding me? No, we can't because copyright. We have a moment of silence, so let's end this quickly. Thank you so much for listening or watching. Make sure you hopefully will give us a good rating because we're gonna lose our mind if you don't. It's coming back. Make sure you give us a thumbs up. Don't give us a thumbs down if you're listening on YouTube, and make sure you follow, subscribe, turn on notifications so you don't miss any episode. Check out our other podcasts. We talk about it all, and that's it. We gotta go. Say it.
Hit the button.